What would you do if YouTube paid you $100,000? Oh my goodness. $100,000. What would you do if YouTube paid you that? I know somebody's out there thinking like this. Man, I buy me a new house, $2 million house, because with $100,000 a year coming in, I'll be able to pay for that, you know what I'm saying? I buy me a Mercedes Benz, and I put some spinners on it, man. That way I can watch some wheels go round and round and round. Man, if I had $100,000, I'd be bowling. Nah, that's the worst thing that you can do, is think that you balling with $100,000 a year coming in. Because when you get that kind of money, 100,000, let's say you fortunate and blessed enough to get $100,000 a year revenue coming in from YouTube, making videos like this, $100,000 a year. If you fortunate, if you're blessed enough to have that be real life for you actually happening, one of the worst things that you can do would be to buy a lot of assets that don't bring you recurring income back, what they call depreciating assets. In other words, the worst thing you can do with a large sum of money is to buy something that won't make you a larger sum of money. Now, it may sound simple, but you'd be surprised. A lot of people don't know how to handle having good income on a regular basis, recurring income on a regular basis. A lot of people don't know how to manage their money. It might be a video for another date at a later time. How to manage money, because you'd be surprised about how many people don't actually know what to do with a large sum of money coming in. But I'll be honest with you though, I'm hearing a lot of videos coming out from different small content creators. And what they're telling me is that it is very, very possible to make large sums of money right here, where we are right now, on YouTube. Now, I spend a lot of time on YouTube. I really do. Posting videos, but I spend even more times looking at videos. I look at YouTube every day, multiple times a day. Now, just recently, I just started, this YouTube channel. Basically, trying to give back and trying to uplift people, trying to help people to just make ends meet, make it easier for people financially, because I love helping people. That's why they call me the MOG, because I'm a man of God that is saved by grace. So I love helping people. I'm a pastor. That's what I do. I counsel, I help people, and a lot of times you'd be surprised how much just your mere words in conversation could actually uplift someone. You'd be surprised at how far your words that come out of your own mouth can go as far as helping somebody gain strength, gain confidence, because a lot of people don't have strength and confidence now. And they think that when they get a large sum of money, Like all of a sudden, like that'll fix everything. Now, getting a large sum of money that's a blessing, especially if you can get recurring income, passive income from YouTube on a monthly basis, on a yearly basis, or what have you. That can make a big difference in your life, but it ain't gonna really necessarily do nothing for your confidence. It's not gonna really necessarily do anything to help you be able to manage it once you do get it. See, getting $100,000 a year, I'm not saying it's easy, but it's not as easy as managing $100,000 a year. Because like I said before, I'm hearing and I'm seeing even more and more and more videos of people that are claiming that they're making $10,000, $11,000, $12,000, $20,000 each and every month right here on this platform, YouTube. So what if YouTube paid you $100,000 a year? And it's a content creator by the name of, what's the guy's name? Dante London. I watched his videos. I just started maybe last week. And Dante London got me hyped. He got me hyped just listening to his story. And it's him and his fiance. They record the videos. And he's been on YouTube, for a little while now. And he's telling his audience, which I've become a part of his audience. He's telling his audience that his small YouTube channel is finally starting to gain traction and is starting to grow exponentially. And he's gaining subscribers and he's gaining views. And you know what else he's gaining? He's gaining ad revenue. That ad revenue, which is basically when you watch a YouTube video, and during a YouTube video, they're showing you commercials. Now, I know what you're thinking. A lot of people, they hate commercials. They don't want to see no commercial. But when you see commercials on a video, that means the video is monetized. That means the channel that video comes from is gaining revenue by being monetized. Because ads on a video of this nature, it helps the content creator, in this case Dante London, it helps somebody like Mr. London gain ad revenue. In other words, people will pay Dante London and other YouTube content creators a hefty sum of money, because those content creators that gain a lot of views and gain a lot of what they call watch time, they have an audience that companies want to try to market to and try to sell to. So that being the case, they don't mind paying a content creator $10, $15, $20, $30,000 plus a month, not a year, a month, to get their merchandise and to get their services in front of a content creator's audience. Because like I said, this dude Dante London had me excited. It helped me to launch this brand new YouTube channel that you're watching right now. One day, who knows, next year, 6 months from now, I don't know. One day maybe I can come up here and say, hey, now I'm making over $100,000 a year. Hallelujah. Because I know what to do with $100,000 a year. MOG, no. I know what to do with $100,000 a year. And he ain't gonna buy no spinners for no Rolls Royce, and I'm not gonna buy no big $20 million house either. You let your boy MOG get $100,000 a year ad revenue coming in and see what happens. I'll let you know, because my day is coming. Just like one day, your day is coming. Like my uncle used to say years ago when he was waiting on money to come in. He used to always say this. My uncle used to always say that I'm waiting on my ship to come in. That's what he called it. When your ship come in, that means the ship is carrying cargo, carrying something valuable like merchandise and stuff. So when my uncle used to say, I'm waiting for my ship to come in, he was meaning that he waiting for his funds to come in, waiting on this money that he's making to start coming in. So your boy MOG waiting for his ship to come in. I'm waiting for my ship to come in, because I know beyond a shadow of a doubt that the Lord Almighty will make me successful. He's already made me successful. So as long as I hold my end of the bargain, keep worshiping, keep praising his name, God doesn't lie. He can't lie. His word says that he will take care of those who diligently seek him. So I don't know where you are, in your spiritual walk. That's up to you and up to God. But I know where I am, and I'm going to diligently continue to seek the Lord, Jesus Christ. That's what's going to happen with me. And that being the case, oh yeah, my ship will come in more sooner than later. Now, if you haven't done so, I just ask that you please hit that subscribe button, turn on notifications, and leave your boy a comment, because I love to interact with people on YouTube. $100,000. I was looking at Dante London's video, and he says that his ad revenue has eclipsed over $11,000 a month. And I'm like, wow, $11,000 a month? That's over $100,000 per year, if he can keep that up. But they got a lot of channels out here that they're claiming they're doing it. I can't say they are. I can't say they are not. But I keep hearing the same thing over and over and over again. And one of my good friends used to always say, if you keep hearing the same thing from different people over and over and over again, it's probably true. Because you can't get 2 or 3 people to do something all at the same time without variation. And that includes lying. You can't even get the same people to lie at the same time without a lot of variation. So I believe it. It's happening. But what would you do? Make sure you leave a comment at the bottom in the video. What would you do if YouTube paid you $100,000 a year? What would you do? Now, me personally, I'm an MOG. Man of God first. First and foremost. That's what I am to the core. First thing I'm going to do, I'm going to take care of the Lord. I'm going to pay that 10% to my church in tithes. I'm going to take care of him. Because everything else in my life and yours will take care of itself once you pay your tithes at whatever church that you go to. That's what I'm going to do right off the top. Take care of my tithes. Next thing I do, Probably the next thing, right after I pay my tithes. Next thing I do, I'm going to pay off as much debt as I can. Bad debt. Bad debt will be something like, credit cards. And if you can, with X amount of $1,000 coming in every month, I would also put some extra money towards my mortgage to help me pay my mortgage balance off a lot sooner. Instead of another 30 years trying to pay off a house, take some money and maybe double up on your mortgage payment. You do that over the course of, years. You can cut your mortgage rate time as far as how long it takes you to pay it back. You can cut that in half. And can you imagine what you could do with the extra money that you don't have to give to the mortgage company? In other words, if you pay it off sooner, can you imagine? Man, that sun. That's a little bit better. I'm trying to keep that sun out of here. But can you imagine what you could do with that extra money that you do not have to send to your mortgage company? Man, that right there, depending on how much your mortgage is, that right there alone could give you an extra $1,500, an extra $2,000 every month. If you paid your mortgage off and you don't have that payment, man, I could do something with an extra $2,000 every month. I would take that money and I would invest it in high yielding stocks. You heard me talk about, stocks and investing time and time again. But me personally, I would take that money and put in high yielding stocks. So that being the case, you'll have income coming in to offset the money that you have going out, from your day-to-day expenses. Monthly dividend stocks. Do you know they got some monthly dividend stocks that pay you, let's say, give you an example. Let's say you have some monthly dividend stocks. And let's say the dividend payment, now dividend is basically what a company pays you as an investor to own shares in their company. That's a dividend. Dividend is the money that they pay the investor to own shares in their company. Now let that sink in. A dividend payment, that's one of the most beautiful things in the investing world. A company actually pays you to own their stock. That's crazy. Because a lot of companies you'll buy stock in just because you want the stock in whatever company you invest in. But dividend paying stocks are one of the greatest inventions in the world because they pay you as an investor to own shares in their company. Now they got high paying dividend stocks. Just to give you an example, let's say the dividend payment on a monthly basis is 50 cents per share. So that means however many shares of that stock that you have, they pay you 50 cents per share every month. So that means if you got 1,000 shares, then they'll pay you 50 cents times 1,000 shares, which you own. That's $500. Imagine if you got 2,000 shares. That's $1,000 every single month just for owning the stocks. That's it. And as long as they don't cut or eliminate the dividend payment, that money keeps growing and growing and growing. And if you reinvest the dividend payment, that's where instead of taking the money in a cash withdrawal every month, you roll it over into the same company. So in other words, instead of giving you $1,000 cash in your investment account, what they will do with these dividend paying companies nowadays, they have what they call a DRIP program, DRIP, dividend reinvestment program. That's what DRIP stands for. So if you are let's say if you are under 30 years old, God willing, you still got 30 more years before you really retire. 35 years, because it's about 65 now, I think, is retirement age. So if you got that long ahead of you before you retire, and you keep reinvesting your dividend payment back into additional shares, by the time you get my age, I'm 56 years old. By the time you get my age, you won't have to work no side hustle job. You won't have to be like what I'm doing now, working 2 jobs, because those shares is like they will be having babies, because you could buy 2,000 shares of a stock that pays dividends on a monthly basis, and those shares will grow, because when the payment comes, instead of you taking the cash and withdrawing it to live on, if you're younger, you can have that dividend reinvested through a DRIP program, DRIP, dividend reinvestment program. So instead of giving you $1,000 cash every month, they will give you $1,000 worth of shares. So you buy 2,000. Over the course of 10 years, your shares will compound, because they're going to invest for you and give you $1,000 a month to put towards, guess what? More shares of stock. So you could buy 2,000, but over the course of 20 years, you might gain 8,000 or more. Buy 2, and they might give you 8,000 based on that payment continuously stacking and coming in each and every month. You can't beat it. It's like free money. And me personally, I would invest, if I had $100,000 a year coming from YouTube, I would invest also in cryptocurrencies, because that's one sector of investing in crypto where you can have a smaller amount of money turn into a larger amount of money, just like that. Cryptocurrency. So once again, you think about, what would you do if YouTube paid you $100,000? But one thing I tell you for sure, I always like to basically fantasize about things before they happen. Think about it. $100,000, yes, that's a good deal of money, but it's not as much as you think it is. You have to have a plan. You have to formulate a plan of what you're going to do with that money before you get that money. Because if you don't have any kind of plan, then when you do reach the level on YouTube or any other platform where your revenue comes in from your channel, and it gets to a level of you making $10,000, $20,000, $30,000 a month, if you don't have a plan set in place, you'll have no idea what to do with that money. You hear stories all the time about artists, R&B, hip-hop artists, going broke because when they're young and recording brand new songs, the money is coming in, but then when they get older, and they got all of these expenses that they've incurred over the years, that while they was making $2-3 million a year, it wasn't a big deal to pay. But when you get to where you're not making that money and that spigot is turned off and that revenue and income is not coming in no more, and you got all these assets that are bleeding you out on a regular basis, these monthly payments on all of this junk that you done bought over the years, that's how they end up broke. Same thing with cats in the NBA, cats in the NFL. Once the money stops coming in, millions of dollars at a time, if you're not financially stable and if you're not financially savvy in your thought process, you can easily get in a place as to where you have way more going out than you have coming in. And you'll go from being well off to just, well, I ain't got no money. So you don't want to go from being well off to just, well, yeah, he was doing all right. You don't want to do that. But one other thing that I would do, if I had $100,000 from YouTube, I would help the homeless without a shadow of a doubt. I would help the homeless, and especially I would help the homeless veterans, because it doesn't make any sense for a veteran. I see them all the time out at the stores on the corners with the signs begging for money. A U.S. veteran who went to, I don't know, Vietnam or somewhere and fought in the war for this country, begging on the corner. It doesn't make sense. This is one of the richest countries in the world. There's no reason for our veterans not to be taken care of. So I would help these veterans, get them off the street. Matter of fact, I'm on an Army base right now, about to go into the gym, go and try to work out and lose a couple of pounds. So if YouTube paid me $100,000 a year, guess what? I'll probably buy me a gym. That way I won't have to go to the gym. I'd own one. It'd probably be right in the backyard. So make sure you leave a comment, like the video, and leave a comment in the video. Leave a comment letting me know, what would you do if YouTube paid you $100,000 a year? What would you do, man? It's your boy MOG. I'm out. Peace.